Good afternoon. My name is Zachary Francisco, and today I would like to talk about education, and more specifically a comparison of education between the United States versus Japan. The NCEE, which is the National Center on Education and Economy, highlights Japan as one of the top-performing countries among 11 other countries, noting their rigorous curriculum, ease of access to quality, egalitarian education, and provision of numerous private outside supplemental resources. These are known as cram schools in Japan, which is also known as juku. Moreover, an article by the BBC was published, and it included a study by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, that ranked Japan as the fourth most intelligent country in the world among 75 other countries. Among these countries also, the US was only ranked number 28. Why is there such a large discrepancy between these two first world nations, both of which are leaders in science, math, and technology? Well, there's a plethora of potential reasons. However, one of the most relevant that I believe is the way that education is executed nationally. The following presentation will analyze key differences of the Japanese education system and suggest possible ways to improve the American system. In a separate article, Business Insider highlighted crucial differences between the US and Japanese education. Firstly, the Japanese school year begins in April and ends in March of the following year, whereas in America, we start usually in the fall, in August or September, and then end in May and June, noting that Japanese students have much less time off during their academic curriculum. Essentially, there's a lot more allotted time during the school year for academia, as well as shorter breaks during school sessions that allow for greater attention and expansion of key ideas and concepts that were learned over the past year. Moreover, during this time, students are normally assigned homework over their breaks to further supplement and enhance their in-school studies. Secondly, there's no public transportation specifically allotted for schools. So what this means is that indirectly there's policies, or these policies will teach students that they have a necessity for punctuality as well as self-reliance on themselves to get to school on time. Continuing, high schools often require passing an entrance exam to attend, so this element of competition demands that students put forth additional effort to strengthen their personal academia and resume. Number 5 is that in Japanese public schools, students are required to wear a uniform starting in junior high. Studies from a Yale 2014 experiment indicated that dressing for success can lead to more powerful, confident, abstract thinking mentality, improving work performance. Thusly, the implementation of a uniform may have the same effect on students regarding their studying attitude and ideology. Next, elementary and junior high school students must eat together, and students serve lunches that an adult staff will prepare to other students. And furthermore, high schoolers are usually required to pack a lunch and eat it at their desk. So possible benefits of these include increased rapport with their classmates and teachers through communication and bonding with the meals, as well as independence through one having the responsibility of nourishing themselves. Furthermore, there are no custodians to clean up after the students. Students are the ones who clean classrooms, hallways, bathrooms, and all other facilities throughout the school. Responsibilities such as these would teach students to respect school facilities, as well as understand the position of someone who makes their living in that way, and recognize the custodial job is not entitled to living income just because it's someone's job to actually clean it. And it also reinforces qualities such as collaboration to get it clean so you can go home, organization to clean where you are working for the whole day, and sanitation just to maintain hygiene throughout the school. Uniquely, students are normally mandated to take part in one school club, team, or after-school sport. Again, this reinforces qualities such as collaboration and communication, and moreover, it bolsters one's resume and allows for exploration of potential interests, or personal interests rather, and provides opportunities to network. Lastly, there are a few minor differences that are not necessarily pertinent to education, but they're still worth noting. Japanese students are to remove their shoes, their outdoor shoes, and change into indoor shoes upon arrival to school. So this would, at the end of the day, increase the chance of going earlier because there'd be less dirt and stuff trapped inside the school. That's what I thought, but maybe that's just reaching. Japan has entrance ceremonies each year to celebrate the start of the academic term, and there's a normalized graduation ceremony for kindergarten, elementary school, junior high school, and college, each time that students reach that milestone in their academic career. Regarding their academic plan, there are 6 years of elementary school total, 3 years of junior high, and then 3 years of high school, whereas in American schooling it's generally 5 years elementary, 3 years junior, and then 4 years high school. So undoubtedly, the largest differences between American and Japanese schooling are student responsibility and expectations, as well as just the length of the academic term. That said, I personally think that American education would benefit greatly from adoption of a few of these concepts, or aspects rather. My first semester at OSU, I was appalled by the bathrooms. My peers' habits and treatment of facilities was atrocious, and therefore I believe forcing students to clean up after themselves to the extent of Japanese schools with 0 or maybe limited custodians would be extremely beneficial in teaching kids basic principles of respect. I've seen some high schools do in the past. I'm from around the Cleveland area, and there's a school called St. Ignatius there, and they have policies such as these, and their students are known for their strong values of federation. And just to digress for a second, I don't know if you guys are into international sports at all, but there are articles about during events such as the FIFA World Cup or the Olympics that Japanese fans will actually stay after their game, no matter if they lost, no matter how rambunctious they were, and they will clean the entire stadium, all of them together before they leave, even when there's custodians to do it and just because it's in a hosting country. So just because even, like, I don't know, I think that because these values were instilled with them throughout their entire career, that's a pretty good reason to say that we should maybe implement that to our students just so that we have more dignified members of society. And then, moreover, I believe that the length of the academic term should be spread out. As much as I love my long summers and breaks growing up, I would rather have reap the benefits of increased retention and comprehension, get myself a stronger candidate during the application processes, as well as make myself more prepared for the demanding college courses that I was going to take at OSU. Overall, I think the American education system, in order to compete with the rest of the world, needs to implement more efficient learning practices, along with education on how to be productive, dignified members of society. Because we're in a learning environment, so why not teach us how to be good citizens as well? I hope this presentation has enlightened or widened your perspective regarding our own education system and informed you on another. Additionally, I request you reflect on your own education. I encourage you to consider ways to improve our future generation for Americans, and you'll actually have this opportunity as our midterm elections are coming up on November 6th. So if you're not registered to vote, you can do that now. I actually was talking to my friend before they sent this out on Snapchat. You can register to vote, which I thought was interesting. So almost certainly there will be issues on education on the ballot, along with voting for our representatives and other issues. So I would encourage you to inform yourself on these issues beforehand and vote to promote better education in our district. And on that note, that is all I have to say. I thank you for your attention and have a good one.